Anthropic just filed for an IPO. Claude Opus 4.8 dropped this week. GitHub Copilot raised prices on its users mid-subscription. Everyone is watching the big moves, the model wars, the valuations, the enterprise deals. But the people actually making money from AI right now, they are not watching any of that. They are building something much simpler and getting paid extremely well for it. Here is the contrarian take nobody in tech wants to say out loud. The most valuable AI skill in 2026 is not prompting. It is not coding. It is not knowing which model scored highest on a benchmark. It is knowing how to connect AI to the tools a small business already uses. That is it. That is the whole thing. And the demand for that skill is quietly outpacing supply. Think about what happened this week. Anthropic files for an IPO. That is a signal the market has matured. Enterprise AI is no longer experimental. It is infrastructure. It is expected. But here is the gap nobody talks about. Enterprise companies have IT departments. They have CTO offices. They have vendor contracts and integrations teams. Small businesses have none of that. The restaurant owner, the physiotherapy clinic, the real estate agent, the independent accountant, they read the same headlines you do. They know AI exists. They know it is supposed to help them, but they have absolutely no idea where to start. And that gap, that is a business. Let me paint you a real picture. A small plumbing company gets 40 to 60 phone calls a week, people asking for quotes, asking about availability, asking the same 10 questions over and over. The owner or their receptionist answers every single one manually. Now imagine someone comes in and says, I can build you a system. It handles intake automatically. It answers the common questions. It logs new leads into your spreadsheet. It sends a follow-up text when someone fills out your contact form. It flags urgent calls for you personally. All connected, all automated, running 24 hours a day. Would that business owner pay for that? Yes, obviously yes. They would pay once to have it built, and they would pay a small monthly fee to keep it running. That is the business model, and it is working for real people right now. This is where things get genuinely interesting. The tools to build this exist today. They are free to start. Make.com is one of the most powerful. It lets you visually connect AI tools to business apps, Gmail, Google Sheets, WhatsApp, Calendly, Slack, Notion, all dragged and dropped into a workflow, no code written. You tell Make.com, when someone fills out this form, do this, then this, then this, and it does it every time without anyone touching it. You layer in an AI model, something like Claude, to handle the language parts, reading emails, writing replies, categorizing leads, summarizing documents, and suddenly a business that was losing hours every day is running leaner. If you are finding this useful, consider subscribing for more practical AI insights every week. Now let me talk about what this actually pays. Freelancers building these workflows are charging between $500 and $3,000 per project, depending on complexity, depending on the client. Some are packaging it differently. They charge a lower setup fee, then a recurring monthly retainer of $100 to $300 to maintain and update the system. 10 clients on retainer at $200 each, that is $2,000 a month. Recurring, predictable, earned in your spare time, and the real leverage. Most of these workflows, once built for one client, can be adapted for a similar business in under an hour. Build it once for one dental clinic. Sell a version of it to 5 more dental clinics. This is not a theory. This is what people are actually doing. The interesting thing about this week's news is timing. Anthropic filing for an IPO signals that AI tools are no longer going away. They're becoming part of permanent business infrastructure. That means businesses are not going to stop needing AI help. They are going to need more of it. And the people who learn to provide that help now are building a real advantage. Not because they got lucky, because they moved when the gap was still open. This detail often gets overlooked. Early advantage in a skill market compounds. First movers build reputation, testimonials, and referrals. By the time the market gets crowded, they are already established. That window is right now, not next year. Now. So let me walk you through what learning this actually looks like. Week 1. Go to Make.com and create a free account. Watch 3 hours of tutorials on YouTube. Build one automation connecting 2 things you already use, a form in a Google Sheet, an email in a Notion page, anything. Just build something real. Week 2, start watching how AI fits into the workflow. Learn how to send a piece of text to Claude or ChatGPT through Make. Get it to summarize something, get it to categorize something, get it to write a short reply. This is where it starts clicking. By day 10 or 11, you are building things that would genuinely impress a small business owner. Then you find one business willing to let you try. Not charge them, just try. Build something real for a local business you know, or find one through a Facebook community group, or post in a local business forum online. Show them what you built, show them the time it saves, then offer to do it for others. Now, here is the honest version of this. Not everyone will build a full freelance business from this. Some people will just use this skill to automate their own work, save themselves 10 hours a week at their current job, build a case for a promotion, impress their employer. All three are valid. All three are better than not knowing the skill at all. Here's what you should take from this week's news. That edge is the small business market, and it is enormous. The people who figured this out 6 months ago are now fielding more work than they can handle. The people who figure it out today are still early. The people who wait another 6 months, they will find it much more crowded. The opportunity is not in the headlines this week. It is in the gap the headlines are creating. Every business that read about Anthropic's IPO this morning just got reminded that AI is real, that it is coming, that they need to do something. And most of them have no idea where to start. That is where you come in. The people staying curious and building real skills right now are creating genuine advantages. Stay curious. Chapters, 0 o'clock. Hook, the skill everyone is missing. What AI agent workflow builders actually do, 4 o'clock, real income numbers from real people. 5:30, the tools you need, all free to start 7 o'clock. How to learn this in under 2 weeks, 8:15. Final thoughts.